Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Eclipse video. Today I wanted to go over some new details about the game that have been rumoured, some of which have flown under the radar for a good 2 weeks now. And if by any chance you do enjoy the video, then be sure to leave a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date with all the news for Star Wars Eclipse, then be sure to subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. As with all leaks and rumours, you should take all of what I'm about to go over with a grain of salt, as no matter how reliable someone is or has been in the past, there's always a chance of them being wrong this time. So the rumours mostly come from QUANTIC, with a few words from Tom Henderson as well. By now, I'm sure you all know who Tom is and how reliable he's been in the past with Call of Duty and Battlefield, but he was also one of the first people to report on Star Wars Eclipse back in September. He hasn't got much to add this time, but he claims that Star Wars Eclipse is being written by QUANTIC Dream's Paris studio, with David Cage unfortunately being quite heavily involved in the game. QUANTIC Dream's Paris studio is also seemingly struggled to hire people, which is no surprise given all the controversy surrounding David Cage and QUANTIC Dream's past allegations. Tom finally adds that the game is 3 to 4 years away at the very least, so it could easily be more depending on how the next few years actually go. As for QUANTIC, I can't imagine many of you know them. I certainly didn't before the Eclipse reveal, but they have a lot to say on the game. He also leaked this screenshot and the logo of the game an entire week before the game's reveal, and yet somehow it completely flew under the radar. Clearly though, he's a reliable source of information for this game, so I'll be sure to keep my eyes open for the future. As for today though, there's quite a lot to go through. To start, he says that Star Wars Eclipse is coming to the PS5, Xbox Series S and X and PC. The release platforms are currently unknown officially, but this seems to be the very obvious choice to go for. 5 days later, he says that QUANTIC Dream Paris is working on the creative side of things like motion capture, narrative and level art, and much more, which coincides with what Tom Henderson said about the script being written by QUANTIC Dream Paris. QUANTIC Dream Montreal, however, is working on level design, gameplay and multiplayer. If this is all true, then I think it makes sense, as whilst communication between the oceans can obviously be doable, it'll be easier and more consistent to keep certain elements in your own office. It probably wouldn't be that big of a deal either way, but like I said, it keeps things more consistent, which I think is really important. Going back to the 1st of December then, so over a week before the game's reveal, QUANTIC released a ton of info, some of which we'd seen before, but it's good to see them get backed up. He starts off by saying that the game is action-adventure, which we were told by previous rumours, and we now know that's true thanks to the game's reveal. The game also features interactive storytelling, which again is now known thanks to the reveal, and it comes as no surprise either due to QUANTIC Dream's past games. For those who don't know, interactive storytelling is where the story is not predetermined. The user experiences the story based on their interactions and choices made in the game, which can have knock-on effects later on, which if you've looked at the Eclipse website is exactly how this game works. Again, I'm not entirely sure how all of these different outcomes are going to fit into the canon. One way will absolutely be canon, I'm sure, but it will be interesting to see how it all works together. He then goes on to say that the game is open world, next gen only, includes multiplayer elements and has traditional action gameplay, which we all knew from previous rumours. So far, it almost feels like he's just taken information from other people's reports, but given that he leaked the screenshot and the logo, it definitely makes him seem trustworthy and that he is backing those pieces of information up rather than taking them. Previous rumours suggested that this game has been in development for about 1.5 years now, and QUANTIC backs that up. He also says that development has been complicated due to engine tools and features having to be created, modified or extended in order to bring this experience to life. Things like this happen very often with games anyway, but I guess it depends on what they're actually trying to do compared to what they've done before. QUANTIC Dream are using their own internal game engine for Eclipse, which Tom Henderson says wasn't built for open world games, so a lot of work will need to happen on it to make it be able to do such things. The last thing that QUANTIC touches on is the fact that this game is the most ambitious project that QUANTIC Dream has ever worked on, with more playable characters than any of their other games. If the game truly is open world with action-adventure gameplay and multiplayer, then it would come as no surprise that this is super ambitious, but with more characters than any of their other games, that means that we can potentially expect to see 5 or more playable characters, with 4 in Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and 3 in Detroit Become Human. If this is true, then it's really exciting to see that we could play as 5 or more characters, but I just really hope they can tie it all together really well. Like I said at the start of the video, no matter how reliable these rumours are, you must take them with a grain of salt. out. We won't know how true any of these rumours are until more details about the game are released, or even as far as the game itself releasing, but it's still very interesting to talk about nonetheless. In a few weeks time I'll have a video coming out where I talk about the multiplayer and what I'd like to see from that. But that is it from me today, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.